Today I'm talking about this really rare Nikon SP setup. This is a black painted Nikon SP with the 50mm or 5cm f1.1 lens. This isn't the re-release put out in 2005 by Nikon, but the original that was introduced in 1957. Purchased this camera from my brother who had actually bought it at an estate sale. There were other cameras in that lot like the Nikor FT3, but nothing that compares to this camera. Wait till the end to find out what he actually paid. Just looking at it, I'm in complete awe. This camera is absolutely gorgeous. The 5cm lens came in 3 different mounts. One for Leica, one for exterior, and one for interior. I believe this is an exterior mount. After doing some research on the 5cm 1.1, I had found that no more than 1800 of the exterior mount were made, making it a very desirable lens for collectors. As soon as I laid my eyes on this camera, I knew it was something special. It does have an original black finish. You can see that under the white text it's still black. I believe these cameras are much harder to find as they were reserved for photojournalists exclusively. I am talking up this camera, but it does have its faults, unfortunately. When you look into the rangefinder, you see a dark black image stopping you from focusing on an image properly. I had read stories online talking about this issue, and this one actually did end up having it. I don't know how extensive this repair would be, but it's well past my capability. Another issue that I had found on this camera is at one point somebody had dropped it on its side there. It actually doesn't affect the capability of the film back and pops out just like normal. It just definitely sucks seeing this absolute classic camera beaten like this. So let's open up the back and check out what's there. So looking at it from the inside, it doesn't appear that the damage actually affects any of the internals. Though it is nice seeing the really cool brassing, it definitely still just sucks to see it in that condition. I had read a thing online saying that if it had 4 patents, it was one of the earliest ones made. This one has 6 patents. I genuinely don't know what this means in the time frame that it was made, but it's cool to see. Now looking at the body itself, you can see here that it actually mechanically works fantastic. You can vary the film speeds, even put it on bulb, and it responds perfectly as it should. Genuinely don't know what type of curtains this camera has, as I couldn't find any examples online comparing the two, so if you know, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. When I first grabbed this camera, I couldn't wait to run a roll through it, but to find out that it wouldn't be operational did actually kind of suck. All the other features on top of the camera on the settings actually work great as well. This does include the frame counter, the shutter speeds, and the frame lines in the viewfinder. As you move, you can see in the viewfinder, at least what's visible, the lines that show up. I don't know if this is the original strap, but it does have the Nikon branding on it, so it could be original. It is worn like it might be, but who knows. Any Nikon enthusiasts, feel free to tap in the comments to let me know what's going on. Last fault in this camera is the lens element itself. Blades on this camera are absolutely massive, but are very frail and prone to be misplaced like this. I'm sure somebody who knows what they're doing can get this fixed up, but for me, again, well past my ability. So you may be wondering what my brother paid for this camera. He knows absolutely nothing about film cameras, but I've told him in the past to look for big name brands like Canon and Nikon. He'd bought it in a lot of other cameras, as I was saying earlier, but at the end of the day, he ended up paying $40 for this complete setup. When purchasing it from him, I had to do my research to give him a very fair analysis of what it cost. Did factor in the faults and rarity of this camera. Let's just say I'm not comfortable telling you what I paid for this camera. I am glad to get it in my possession and be able to share it with my YouTube channel and other people who shoot this specific type of camera. If you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. I have tons of videos about film cameras just like this. Thanks so much. Peace.